Hi everyone, I hope everyone's well. This is just some yoga to stretch out the full body. So just find yourself a cross-leg position first, roll the shoulders down the back, and we're just going to have the hands placed on top of the legs. Now we're going to breathe in through the nose for 1 count and out of the mouth for 1 count for 4 natural breaths. So make sure you're lifting up out of the waist, shoulders are rolled into the back, and we just have the hands on top of the legs. And take a deep breath in through the nose for 1 count and out of the mouth for 1 count for 4 breaths. Now we're just going to place one hand on the outer side of the head and just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale just tilt it over to the side. And just observe where you feel the stretch from, so it should be the shoulder area, the back of the neck, the front, and on the next exhale just roll the head over the chest, breathing out. And you should just feel a stronger stretch maybe down the back. Imagine you breathing that in, and on the exhale we're slowly bringing the head back up to centre. And we'll just do the same on the opposite. So deep breath in, exhale and tilt to the side. And you might feel a different stretch on the opposite side. On the next exhale we're going to breathe out and roll the head over the chest. Notice where you feel it the most. And slowly just bring your head back up to centre, and we're just going to roll the head round to ease out the neck muscles, and then in the opposite direction and back to centre. So now we'll just do some wrist stretches. So we'll stretch out the right hand out in front of us, take hold with the opposite hand on the fingertips. As you breathe in, I want you to exhale and pull the fingers toward you and drop the shoulders into the back. And you should just feel a nice stretch going on in the wrist area. Imagine you breathing that in, and on the exhale you slightly tilting the fingers a little bit closer toward you. Exhale and just roll the wrist round just to ease that out. We'll do the same on the opposite arm and hand. Take hold on the fingers, deep breath in, and as you exhale we're just going to stretch them back just enough to where you can feel a twist, a stretch from in the wrist area. After 4, exhale and just roll the wrist round in one direction and then in the other. And we're just going to stack the legs now. So using the right leg, lift the right leg up and place the right ankle bone on the left thigh. And just let that leg, the leading leg, relax out of the side, so the legs are now stacked. We're going to lift up out of the waist and just fold the top half of the body over the legs, walk the hands and arms out of the floor, out to shoulder height. So we keep stretching with the arms and the hands, drawing the shoulders into the back, and then just let the top half of the body relax over the legs. And take 4 breaths. So you should start feeling something around the back of the legs, the hip area, and you will start to feel something the longer you stay in the stretch. Think about dropping the head or rolling the shoulders into the back, and we want to keep stretching with the arms and the hands. And slowly walking the hands back up the floor to come out of it, and now we'll just do the same on the opposite leg. Exactly the same, lifting the opposite leg up and placing the ankle bone on top of the thigh. We're thinking about lifting up and folding the top half of the body over the stacked legs, walking the hands out to shoulder height. Keep stretching out with the arms and hands up the floor, and then just think about rolling the shoulders into the back and then dropping the head. And taking 4 breaths. So deep inhales through the nose and slower, longer exhales as you try and relax the body a little bit more. Slowly walking the hands back up the legs to come out of it, and now just bring yourself onto all fours. We'll go into cat pose, so just start with a flat back, with the hands out to shoulder height. The knees are at your natural hip level. So we'll start by softening the belly down toward the floor as you breathe in, rolling the shoulders into the back. As you breathe out, we're going to slowly start curving from the lower back first, letting the bend go throughout the full back, and then breathing out, dropping the head. Now we'll just flow through this a couple of times. So dropping the belly down, arching the spine, looking up, rolling the shoulders down the back, and now we're going to slowly start curving from the lower back, letting the spine go all the way up toward the ceiling, breathing out, dropping the head. And just do that once more. Curving slowly all the way out through the lower back and then back to a flat back. And we're just going to tuck the toes under, breathe in and exhale into a downward dog. You might have to walk the feet a little bit closer toward you. Make sure you've got full stability with the arms and the hands. We're looking through the gap in between the legs, and aim to get the heels on the ground if you can. If you want to slowly walk out the legs to get more of a stretch and to loosen up the lower back. And taking 4 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth for 4 counts. Now we're going to slowly walk the feet toward the hands, bend the knees and slowly roll yourself up to a standing position. Now I'm just going to come to the back of the mat. We're going to go into a lunge pose, so stepping forward with the right leg first. And the back leg is straight with the foot slightly tucked in about 45 degrees. Now we're going to bend the leading leg and just make sure that the knee is going directly over the little toe. Make sure the feet are fully grounded into the floor and just pop the hands on the hips. Now we're going to drop the hips down toward the floor as you create more of a bend with the leading leg, and you should feel more of a stretch going on down the back leg. So as you're dropping the hips down toward the floor, still lifting up out of the waist, still rolling the shoulders into the back, looking straight out in front of you, taking 4 natural breaths. Now once you've took 4 breaths, step the back leg forward to come out of it and gently just walk out the legs. Now we're going to do the same on the opposite leg, so stepping the opposite leg forward on a bent knee and just double check that the knee is going over the little toe and that you can see the big toe. The back leg is straight with the foot slightly tucked in. Now just pop the hands on the hips, drop the hips down toward the floor, and you should feel more of a stretch going on down the back leg as you're dropping the hips down toward the floor. Still think about lifting up out of the waist, rolling the shoulders into the back, and we're taking 4 breaths. And stepping the back leg forward to come out of it and just walk out the legs. Now we're going to come onto our knees now, lift it up on our knees, and we're going to start with the right leg. So just bring the right leg forward, stretch it up the floor on a flexed foot. Now we're lifting up out of the waist, breathing in, stretching the hands and arms over the straight leg. Exhale and just let the top half of the body fold over the leg. Aim to have the hands touching the toes or just rest them on the lower legs or out the side with the fingertips planted into the floor. Now as you take another deep breath in, exhale and just try and relax the body over the straight leg a little bit more and then dropping the head. Still rolling the shoulders down the back, and we're taking 4 breaths. And then walking the hands back up the legs to come out of it. And then we're going to switch legs to do exactly the same on the opposite leg. Stretching that out in front of you on the opposite leg. And just lift up the foot so it's on a flexed foot. Roll the shoulders into the back. We're just going to stretch out those arms over the leg. Exhale and let the top half of the body come over the straight leg. And then have the hands on the toes. The lower legs are out at the sides with the fingertips on the floor. Now if it's too much of a stretch, you can bring the body a little bit higher up the leg so it's not as harsh. Taking 4 breaths. After 4, exhale and slowly walk your hands back up the legs to come out of it. And just bring yourself back onto your knees now. We're going to come back onto all fours to a flat back for knee to nose pose. So we'll start with the right leg. As you bend the knee up toward the chest, you're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the leg back to your natural hip level. So as you breathe in, you're pulling the leg up toward the chest. As you breathe out, you're taking the leg back. And just try this 4 times on each leg. When you've done 4 on one leg, we're just switching to do exactly the same on the opposite leg. So bringing the opposite leg up toward the chest, exhale and pull that leg back. So pulling it right up toward the chest as you breathe in through the nose. Exhale and just take that leg back, out, extend it to your natural hip level. And just bring yourself back to a flat back. Stretch the arms and hands up the floor out to shoulder height. Aim to rest the buttocks back on the heels and then drop the forehead down onto the floor, onto the mat. Roll the shoulders into the back, and we're just taking a couple of breaths here. Deep breaths as you breathe in through the nose, filling your lungs up with fresh air. And as you exhale, slowly breathing out, rolling your shoulders into the back. Now we're slowly going to come back up to a seated position, cross legs. Still lifting up out of the waist, still rolling the shoulders into the back. And as we breathe in, we're just going to stretch the arms up as you breathe in. Palms facing down as you exhale and drop the arms and hands back down. We'll do that once more. Deep breath in, really stretching up with the arms. Palms facing down as you exhale and drop the arms back down. And just bring the palms of the hands together, rub them until you get that warm sensation. When you do, just place them over the eyes. Imagine you breathing in that warmth through the nose, and as you exhale, just remove the hands away from the face to finish. Thank you, I hope you all enjoyed it.